So today what I'm working on is I'm going to be replacing some stovepipe here on my wood stove. This is a 55-gallon drum that you make yourself, and you can see I got some rust spots here on the stovepipe. Problem is this is a Kwanzaa hut, and the roof here is slanted, so all the rain that comes off the top just kind of runs down the pipe and just rusted out. So I got a couple pieces here I need to replace. Everything from that 90 degrees seems to be fine going outside, so just these here. But the stove itself is still pretty solid, hasn't rusted out yet, and I've had this quite a while, so it's definitely worth replacing these. Alright, here's a new pipe here, and this is the hardest part of this whole process, is trying to get these put together. So there's a little lip inside of here, and what you have to do is try and get this other piece right here at the end into that lip, and it is not fun. Alright, see how I got that one little corner in there? Now I just gotta get the rest of this pushed in. There. Bend it back a little bit. Alright, I got 3 more pieces I gotta do here. That'll burn off. Alright, that one fought me a little bit. Here's the old damper in here. I wasn't going to put it in even on this new pipe, but let's see if we can get this off. So with these, there's a little notch here. So what you do is you slide it in, and then when it gets to a certain point, see, that makes it so you can turn it. There's a little bit of, there's a notch there too that this gets hung up on, and then you turn it to pull it out. So You can save these, I guess. Should really probably have a new one, but it's just going to the shop, so it doesn't really matter. So typically what you do with these dampers is you drill a hole through your pipe. You know, you drill a hole and then try and aim it or measure out so that you get it perfectly through the other side so that you can turn these inside the stove. So the stove originally had a damper in here, and that broke off. So I think I'm just going to take this one and put it back kind of how it originally was. Alright, that's pretty good. So this was open here. This is how you get more airflow. And then if you close the damper, so basically this works out good. So when it stops here, that'll be open. As it stops on this side, that'll be fully closed. So it's mostly going to stay open anyway. You know, I can adjust it, I guess, a little bit. Yeah, this is probably going to be hot, you know, sitting right here on top of the stove, but I'll just kind of hit it with a hammer or something just to kind of knock it over and knock it this way. So I don't really adjust them too much as it is, so I like really having good airflow so this gets hotter. All right, just got that all back together, so I guess the only thing to do here is test it out, make sure it works. It's a good way to get rid of cardboard. Diesel fuel, don't try this at home. This isn't leaking here, it's just burning off all the moisture that was collected from the rain. So let's see how this damper works. Alright, that's basically all the way over. We'll see if we get smoke come out of the front here. No, that's going to hold in a lot of heat. This thing does smoke quite a bit, but once you get a good coal bed like this going, it burns pretty good. So this thing's burning pretty good. There's definitely a lot of steam coming off of it, which I could tell it wasn't smoke coming off in the beginning because I haven't lit this all year. So it's definitely the moisture burning off and whatever dust gets on the barrel basically from sitting around all summer. I don't know if you can tell on camera or not, but it's burned off a lot of the coating even on the stovepipe here. Kind of tell the one at the top's a little bit shinier there. But it's got to burn all that off too. And so I've been burning it just with the doors open here just to kind of make sure it's burning clean. But the stove works pretty good in here. I kind of have it insulated as best I can, you know, on the wood siding. It doesn't heat it tremendously, but I just kind of have it in the area where I work. So I basically work on that bench over there most of the time. Or I'll bring my project over here wherever I'm working. Typically what you do with these is you have a double barrel system. So you'd have your stove down on the bottom, and then usually you hook up another 55-gallon drum on top of that, which is where the smoke goes into. And it's kind of like a heat exchange as well, so you get twice the amount of heat coming off of two barrels. I've even seen second barrels too where you like weld in piping for even better heat exchange, and then you put a fan even behind that and it blows it around in the shop. But I never did that. This always seemed to be good enough, and maybe someday I'll add a second barrel to this, or once this one rots out I'll do that next time. But for now this works pretty good. Well, yeah, we're good to go here now. I'll have some heat in the shop and I can start working on some projects.